What's up, my gems, and welcome back to Cards for Hire. So I don't really have too much, although I am picking up on something getting super old. Like, people are tired of hearing about a story or a rhetoric or a person, okay, or something like that. I'm also picking up on the energy of someone desiring to be the victim. Like, whatever story they're telling, whether it's about friends, family, relationships, they're always the victim. And somebody's sick of that shit, okay? Before we get into this, y'all know we got to pray before we eat. Lord, I thank you in advance. Ask for clarity, protection, as well as progression and connection. I extend my gratitude and ask that my angels and guides protect me and mine on this vibe. Amen. Somebody could also be very tired. You're tired because you've been putting in work. Somebody could be putting in work spiritually, which means you're working on yourself, preparing for alignment or preparing for a goal, okay? Certain achievement, all right? You could also be physically tired, all right? As in labor or whatever you do for work, okay? All right. What's this? What's the energy for today? 4. Twin flame. They don't want to take those. Okay. Dang, somebody's been doing something that could possibly feel wrong, okay? Or now they're realizing that it's wrong. Mature man. Something's getting old. Somebody could be aging in the face and not gracefully, okay? Mind you, look. For sure is at the bottom. I just shuffled this deck a couple times before I came on here. And I even decided last minute that I was going to let these cards clarify these cards, okay? Nice guy, all right? It feels like somebody's lies are catching up with them. And it's manifesting within their body or on their face. Physically, visually. Possibly even health-wise. Healer, okay? Somebody could have taken something from a healer. I just heard the word escape. Escape. It's funny. It's spelled just like the word escape. Third party, sitch in reverse, okay? So the people that were possibly listening to this possible mature man, they are no longer interested, or something has fallen apart. Things have indeed gone wrong. One more. I heard, rescue me. Chakras, I told y'all getting in alignment. Which means you might not even be dealing with this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I love how sometimes I could just be so focused on whatever it is that life is throwing at me in the day, and then evil eye. And then as soon as I sit down and my intention is to tap in, it's like, even if I don't really want to be sitting here in front of a camera, when I sit down and I set my intention, baby, it just gets to flowing and I feel so good. So good about it, okay? So there's something that you could have resisted doing for quite some time. And when you finally sat down and got it done, somebody could have been procrastinating. And when you finally sat down and got it done, or buckled down and got it done, or stood on business in some capacity, it was like, yeah, pat myself on the back. Clarify this. Grace. Somebody coming in, they want grace for all that they've done. I'm hearing all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. This man is falling apart. This person is falling apart. Mind you, in that deck, there is divine masculine, divine feminine. And this says mature man. So this is a man that's going through this, okay? Mature man. Yeah, somebody's losing control of something. Music make you lose control. Music make you lose control. Let's go. Grounded, divine pressure, green roll up, sacral, and tit for tat. Do I want to take all of these? No, but I will note them, okay? I'm sorry, y'all. So somebody's smoking. Smoking, I feel like smoking ages you. especially if you're one of those people where your lips get dark. I've known people who smoke and their lips don't get dark. But smoking can age you, for sure. Smoking green, smoking cigarettes for sure. Smoking rat. Okay. I know all of these did not just flip over. What the heck? There's too many. I need y'all to give me less than that. This is too many. It's too much. That's what it is. Grace came back out. Like, we told you Grace, but you want to say, okay, fine. Sorry. I'm sorry. Grace, karmic, travel, makeup. Something about makeup is significant. I put my baby to sleep and I almost fell asleep with his tail. And when I came in here, someone named Selena on TikTok, she was doing makeup and stuff like that. And her makeup is like, I'm sure it looks beautifully flawless when she's done, but it's very dramatic before she blends everything, okay? Something about makeup. Somebody could also be very dramatic, all right? Let me put this right here. Healer. Root chakra. You really want me to take all these? I'm going to keep them, y'all. I'm going to keep them. Green roll up, tit for tat, sacral, root chakra. Okay. I feel like the only one that's added is the root chakra, all right? Grounded was in this deck before. All right. Anything else? I feel like the space needs to be covered up. I'm about to turn this fan on. Owl. Somebody's wising up. Somebody could be rising up, okay? I rise up and I do it 1,000 times again. Letters. Somebody could be writing a letter. Somebody could be apologizing. Somebody could be sending a text message as well, okay? We got nope at the bottom and greater letter at the top, okay? Interesting. Yeah. All right, let's see what this is. Sacral chakra. Sacral chakra. Sacral is right above the root. So there's something dealing with sex for sure. Okay. Somebody could be taking someone's energy. Two of Cups by way of sex, all right? I remember years ago hearing Lady Gaga say that she didn't have sex during certain times of her creativity, or during certain, when she was at like a creative peak, because she was afraid that men would take her creativity from her vagina. And before deep diving into spirituality, that sounded nuts. But now that I know what I know, she was onto something, okay? Yeah. Energy, especially when you are a woman, we are receivers. We receive not only the sperm, baby, we receive energy as well. Not to say that men don't, but yeah, just the feminine energy, okay? All right, mature man, Knight of Swords. Like I said, somebody was talking shit. Gossip could be very significant. And now it's like they're running away. Yes, running away from accountability, running away from responsibility, okay? The Fool. They were idiotic, okay? Yeah, they're trying to go another route, all right? They could be running towards you. Could be running from your ass, okay? Mature man with grace. The Emperor. Interesting. King of Wands. Somebody was portraying themselves as the Emperor, but really they're a King of Wands. That means that they portrayed themselves, I was speaking about it, as a divine masculine, but really they are but one part of him, which is the one that is driven by his root in his sacral chakra, passions, desires, and a lot of times, or this time in particular, sex. Okay. That's crazy. And the King of Wands comes back out. I felt like a commentator just then, like with boxing or something like that. Yeah. Okay, somebody could be heavily in sports, all right? Or someone was trying to play the game and they lost. Someone could have considered themselves a player, but now they're getting too old to play the game. Yeah. Yeah, somebody needs to sit the hell down, okay? My back just started hurting. Yeah. Under pressure. Okay, thank you. Two of Pentacles. Something about the weight of the world. It's like this person could feel as if they're under a lot of pressure, but it's only because they've allowed themselves to accumulate all of the wands. The King of Wands comes after the Ace, all the way through the 10 to the Page, the Knight, the Queen, and now you're at the King. That's a whole lot of energy to be carrying, especially if you don't turn around and deal with it, look at it, handle it, you know what I'm saying? Two of Wands, or Two of Pentacles, I'm sorry, King of Swords, 10 of Swords, and then the 3 of Cups. That's that 3 of Pentacles, yes. Somebody could be watching you, okay, King of Pentacles. Somebody could be watching you or watching someone else as they create or curate something, okay? And it's like they're looking in with a sense of admiration. If only I wasn't so detached. If only I only moved in logic. Or if only I didn't only move with logic, okay? Then we got the 10 of Swords and the 3 of Cups. This could also be someone who acted as if they didn't want to build something with you or create something with you, okay? Yeah, and then we got the Owl right here again, all right? So someone's coming into wisdom, but it's really feeling like too little too late, all right? 10 of Swords and the 3 of Cups. It's like they're reminiscing about the possibilities that they had with you and how they fucked it up with the 10 of Swords and the 3 of Cups and being so strategic, all right? Somebody was moving like a snake and not in a good way. One more for the mature man. Thank you. 6 of Wands, because they wanted to win. They wanted to be the ones that were victorious, whether that meant stepping over you or acting as if they left you or finding a reason that they left you, okay? Yeah, High Priestess, all right? They had secrets to hide. The Magician and the Tower. Somebody's magic isn't working. Somebody's wand could possibly be out of commission. All right. And so now they're looking for a healer, and it's not in this third party. It's in the person that's more aligned without them. Under pressure. Doom, 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 doom. Healer. Doom, doom. I'm hearing, I need a hero. But I guess essentially it would be, I need a healer. Fix me now that I'm broke. Could be physically. Could be financially, could be spiritually. 8 of Wands and Temperance. Okay, a Sagittarius could be here. Absolutely. 8 of Wands and Temperance. Someone's picking up on the energy that, yes, the Hierophant, all right, that you are elevating. And so they may be getting downloads that the person that could, thank you for the confirmation, that the person that could best help them in this situation is the very person that they shat on, that they lied about, that they lied to, that they mishandled, that they willfully misunderstood. Someone was willfully obtuse. And I was like, yeah, remember that person that you thought wasn't going to be nothing? Didn't look like shit? Wasn't going to never be shit? Yeah, it's that person. I'm hearing somebody could have envied you because you had a degree. I'm hearing, since you think you know everything, since you got your degree and you think you know everything, or whatever Monique said that one time. Look, Ace of Swords in reverse. And the 4 of Swords. It feels like this person was never looking to understand you. Clarify this Ace of Swords in reverse. 2 of Pentacles. They saw you struggling at one point in time. And at one point in time, this person could have been, they could have viewed themselves as being superior to you. Be it more mature man, be it more financially stable, be it more emotionally stable, okay? But now it feels like, you know what I was hearing earlier, or was it last night? Rock the boat, rock the boat, work it in the work the middle, work the middle. Somebody could have felt like you were only good for sex. But that's because they didn't want to see you as more. Because if they saw you as more, then they would have to contribute more to the situation. Yeah. Oof. Lord Jesus. Third party, please. In reverse. Work it, baby. Change position. 10 of Cups. We got the 4 of Cups at the bottom. Whatever it was that they ran to or that they disappeared off into. Okay, I'm seeing somebody like disappear into some woods, all right? That situation seemed nice. It seemed heavenly. It seemed like it was sent from heaven, okay? But they eventually got rejected, or they realized that there was really nothing of value here. Yes, the devil. It was karmic, actually. Doom, 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 doom. Are you ready? Yeah, they made, yes, 5 of Pentacles. Absolutely. It feels like I was watching a live last night for research purposes. And it struck a chord with me how many people will do foul shit, and then when something bad happens to them, all of a sudden they are the victim. You know what I mean? I listened to this person talk about how she allowed this man to believe that a child was his, and then they invited other people into the bedroom, and then pretty much felt like she was the victim, even though he didn't even know what was going on. That's how karma works. That's how karma starts, okay? It was crazy. It was like a whole runaround. But at the end of the day, she was, you won't get me. You thought you was sick and da-da-da-da-da. The whole time I'm thinking, but this man was taking care of a kid that ain't even his. It's crazy. It's nuts. That could be somebody's story. Page of Swords. Yeah, they realized this person was immature, possibly even illiterate. I'm seeing somebody struggle to read like a restaurant menu. And you like, and what's this say? Yeah, I want this right here. What you think? What you think? Yeah, that sounds good. What it say? That's not funny. Okay. 2 of Swords. Look, somebody was definitely confused about some shit. Okay. 8 of Pentacles. What's that? Meanwhile, it's like meanwhile, in the interim, you over here healing, working on yourself, fixing the things that could have, that even led you to be in alliance with this person. 8 of Pentacles. Like I said, you've been working on yourself. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, one more for this third party. 9 of Cups. Yeah, but I thought this was what you wanted. Mind you, we started at the 10, ended at the 9. So somebody either lost themselves or lost some type of emotion for a person. Okay, it's going backwards. It's going down. It's going down. Somebody found out someone was a nobody. Damn. Damn. Everybody's a somebody, but somebody is a nobody. Because why do I keep channeling Nemo? 4 of Pentacles. Somebody possibly realized they didn't have anything to give. 20% battery. Something was going down. Okay? 4 of Pentacles. And then all of a sudden now you want to practice discernment or practice a healthy mentality or a healthy mindset. Okay? Yeah, 3 of Pentacles. Everything is going down. Somebody's losing something. What is this? 8, yeah, the High Priestess. And you know this, man. Somebody's losing something. Losing their mind. Losing their money. Losing their wits. Interesting. It feels like someone's also trying to hold on to it simply because this was what I wanted. It's like somebody got to stick it out because they've given up so much already. But the more you hold it, or the more they hold on to it, the more they realize that it ain't for them. Damn. I just heard class act. 10 of Swords. And the 3 of Swords. Yes. This is what happens. Somebody victimized themselves when it came to you, and then they possibly really became the victim in the situation. Yeah, somebody's definitely full of shit. And it feels like they only ended up here because they were trying to get you back in some way, shape, or form, okay? Chakras, please. Thank you. 10 of Pentacles, baby. Look, like I said, you were the 2 of Pentacles. That's what they were looking at before. So you went from the 2 of Pentacles, you worked on your 8 of Pentacles, or you worked or honed a skill. My bad, y'all. There's also something about you being, either you being very classy or somebody being classist. Because I'm hearing pinky up, pinky up, okay? Interesting. That's interesting. So yes, you could have very much so been focusing on how to maintain your energy and your emotions, okay? Yes. As opposed to blowing up on people, it's kind of like you took what it was that they were dishing out, and as opposed to trying to correct them in order for them to remain in your life, you saw how they chose to act, how they chose to react, and you handled them accordingly. All right? Interesting. Okay, y'all, this not going to be too long because I keep getting my storage is full. I don't even know why, but I've never had this many apps, too. I got a lot of apps. Okay. Okay, a lot of applications. Somebody could have had a lot of options, and once you left, they could have noticed that those options kind of dwindled. If they didn't dwindle, then they liked them less and less. Yeah, their admiration or their desire for them decreased, okay? What's this tit for tat? Queen of Pentacles and the King of Cups, absolutely. Somebody could have decided that because you wanted to withhold yourself in some way, shape, or form, you wanted to hold yourself to another standard, they withheld some type of emotion. Interesting, all right? And peep how very different these people are. They are different elements, okay? So they're not equally yoked. Whereas you could have been more grounded, the card gone, but you could have been more grounded. Or switch it, okay? This person could have been more grounded at one point in time, or seemingly so, and they got off by pissing you off. So you had to take some time away, get yourself realigned, and now you came back as the Queen of Pentacles, okay? Very grounded, still nurturing, still compassionate, but more so knowing where your value lies, and it doesn't lie in this person or in anybody for that matter. And now that it's putting them in their emotions, okay? Because why the hell is whatever I did to you not working when it worked on everybody else? Okay. Interesting. Okay, closing out. I want to check on this evil eye. Evil eye and abandonment. Yeah, you could have left somebody. Yeah, you could have left somebody. Or somebody could have left you. All right, but where it goes. That could be their claim to fame, Queen of Wands. They're evil eyeing you because you're confident as fuck. Looking good as hell. Powerful as fuck, okay? And you didn't have to step on anybody to get there, okay? You didn't have to kill, steal, and cheat to get there, all right? Five of Cups, I knew it was going to come out. And at the top of the video, I was going to say it, but the Five of Cups. So now they're the victim because not only did you leave, or not only did you allow them to leave, you had the nerve to level up. Five of Cups came back out. Yeah, they're mad, but they also know that they played the fool, okay? Closing out. This person might be coming back in. Hello, with a false narrative. Yeah, they still lying. But they also know that you as an earth angel got some abundance coming, or at the very least, people find you very valuable. But we knew that. We knew that. We knew that. Closing out for my earth angels. Yeah. Somebody like Ariana Grande. And whatever it is that you did, you started from the bottom up. So when we're working on our chakras, it starts from the roots and it moves up. Okay, so you really had to restructure your foundation. And that could have been stemming all the way back from your childhood, okay? The moon is bright when it doesn't avoid the night. Hang in there, be patient. You are on the right track. Yeah, so if you're feeling like you are behind in some way, shape, or form, you are not. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Yeah. Something about wind could be significant because I read this as be with the wind. Be with those who help your being. Like attracts like. Choose friends carefully. Let me clarify this leather. Leather, okay. All right. Something about leather could be significant. Clarify this letter. Yeah, somebody coming in to lie. Keep it a buck. Yeah. Something in their life did not work out. Or they are second guessing their choices. Nine of Pentacles. They ain't got no money on. They ain't got 2 pennies or a quarter to rub together. The Hermit. They are forced. They were forced into isolation. Somebody left them. Somebody else left them. If you left them, somebody else left them. Or if you left them, they left somebody else because they realized that they couldn't compare to you, okay? Knight of Cups in reverse. And they're coming back in to lie. They're coming back in to save face. They might come back in kind of playful, okay? But it's also because, you know how sometimes they say older men want to settle down once they all used up with the beer guts and stuff like that? Yeah, that's what it's giving. Look, two of swords. They're hoping that you're too confused. Advice from our collective as we close out? Nope. That's the advice. That's the advice. Cause they crazy as hell. All right. Stuck on stupid is what I just heard. And I just saw the world at the bottom. Yeah, it's a done deal. 8 of Swords and the Page of Wands. This person wants to come in with very little effort and put you back in your head so they can put you back in that box. All right? Don't fall for it, my collective. Love y'all so much. I hope this helped. Check the description box down below if you would like a reading or any contact information from me. And as always, stay fly, aim high.